Efficient fat loss is often misunderstood because many people think it means pushing the body to extremes, eating very little, training until exhaustion, or forcing fast results at any cost. But real efficiency works in the opposite way and focuses on how the body responds when it feels safe, supported, and steady. Efficient does not mean starving or suffering, and it does not mean chasing fast numbers on a scale that disappear just as quickly. It means creating conditions where the body naturally prefers to use stored fat for energy instead of holding on to it. When fat loss is efficient, the body does not feel threatened, muscles are protected, energy stays stable, and daily life feels lighter instead of harder. This is why efficiency matters more than intensity. Burning more fat with less wasted effort is about removing actions that cancel each other out, like eating too little and then feeling exhausted, or training too hard and then overeating from hunger and stress. Efficient fat loss keeps the body strong by sending the message that fuel is available, movement is regular, and recovery is respected. When those signals are clear, the body does not panic and fat loss becomes smoother. Feeling better overall is a key sign of efficiency because when fat loss is done right, sleep improves. Digestion feels calmer, cravings soften, and focus becomes sharper. These changes do not happen by magic, and they do not come from one trick or one food. They happen through smart choices repeated daily, choices that may look small but add up quickly when the body starts adapting. The first smart choice begins with food, not by cutting everything out, but by adjusting intake in a way the body can maintain. A calorie deficit sounds complex, but it is simple at its core. It means eating slightly fewer calories than the body uses each day, not dramatically fewer, not enough to trigger constant hunger or fatigue. When the deficit is small and steady, the body looks for extra energy, and stored fat becomes the natural source. This is how fat loss is meant to work. Eating to burn fat instead of storing it means choosing foods that support fullness, muscle, and stable energy. Protein plays a major role here because it takes longer to digest, keeps hunger under control, and gives the body the building blocks it needs to protect muscle while losing fat. When protein is too low, the body may break down muscle for energy, which slows metabolism and makes fat loss harder over time. Healthy fats also matter because they support hormones and help meals feel satisfying, reducing the urge to snack constantly. Fiber adds another layer by slowing digestion, supporting gut health, and keeping blood sugar more stable throughout the day. Together, protein, healthy fats, and fiber create meals that work with the body instead of against it. On the other side, sugary drinks and junk food deliver calories quickly without fullness, causing sharp spikes in energy, followed by crashes that increase hunger and cravings. These foods make it easy to eat more than the body needs without realizing it. Reducing them is not about restriction, but about removing the biggest obstacles to efficiency. Hydration supports this entire process in a quiet but powerful way. Water helps digestion, supports metabolism, and often reduces hunger signals that are actually signs of mild dehydration. When water intake is consistent, the body functions more smoothly, and appetite becomes easier to manage without force. Alongside food, movement is the next key piece of efficient fat loss, and this is where many people overcomplicate things. Daily movement does not need to be intense to be effective. Light movement done consistently sends a strong signal to the body that energy is being used regularly, which encourages fat burning throughout the day. Walking is one of the most underrated tools for fat loss because it burns calories without stressing the body, and it can be done often without recovery issues. A brisk walk raises heart rate just enough to increase calorie use while still allowing conversation and normal breathing. Doing this most days for around 30 to 50 minutes builds a steady calorie burn that adds up over time. For someone new to exercise, this approach is far more effective than jumping into long, exhausting workouts that cause soreness, burnout and skip days. More movement spread across the day beats one intense session followed by long periods of sitting. Simple actions like walking more, standing more, and staying lightly active keep metabolism engaged without overwhelming the nervous system. When movement feels manageable, it becomes consistent, and consistency is what drives results. The body responds better to what it can rely on rather than what feels extreme or unpredictable. As these habits settle in, the body begins to shift its priorities. Energy use becomes more balanced, hunger becomes more predictable, and fat stores are accessed more readily. This is the foundation of efficient fat loss, where effort feels controlled, progress feels realistic, and the body works with you instead of resisting every step forward. As the body adjusts to better food choices and daily movement, the next layer that increases fat loss efficiency comes from adding workouts that are designed to give more results in less time without draining energy or stressing the body too much. Efficient workouts are not about spending hours exercising or pushing to complete exhaustion. They are about sending a clear signal to the body that muscles are active and energy is being used in a structured way. One powerful method is short bursts of high effort followed by brief recovery. These quick bursts raise the heart rate fast, use a lot of energy in a short time, and continue to increase calorie burn even after the workout ends. This happens because the body needs extra energy to recover, repair tissues, and bring systems back to balance. The key here is duration, not punishment. Short sessions allow the body to work hard without feeling overwhelmed, making them easier to repeat consistently. Another important type of workout focuses on strength. Strength training tells the body that muscle is needed, and when muscle is preserved, the body burns more calories even at rest. Muscle tissue uses energy all the time, even when sitting or sleeping, so protecting it during fat loss keeps metabolism from slowing down. This makes future fat loss easier instead of harder. Strength work does not need to be complex or heavy to be effective. Simple movements done with control and focus can be enough to create the desired signal. What matters most is showing up regularly, not pushing to maximum effort every session. Consistency beats intensity because the body adapts to repeated actions. When workouts feel manageable, they become habits rather than obstacles. Over time, these workouts improve strength, coordination, and confidence, which further supports an active lifestyle. Alongside exercise, rest becomes just as important because fat loss does not only happen during movement, it also happens during recovery. Sleep is when the body repairs itself, balances hormones, and prepares for the next day. Getting enough sleep helps regulate hunger signals, making it easier to recognize true hunger instead of cravings driven by fatigue. When sleep is short or broken, hunger hormones increase and fullness signals weaken, leading to overeating without realizing it. Rest also affects how the body handles stress. Stress triggers the release of cortisol, a hormone that prepares the body for emergencies. When cortisol stays high for long periods, the body becomes more likely to store fat, especially around the midsection. Managing stress does not require complicated routines. Simple actions like slowing down, breathing deeply, and allowing moments of calm help bring the nervous system back into balance. When stress is lower and sleep is better, the body becomes more willing to release fat instead of holding onto it as protection. As these pieces come together over 5 days, changes begin to appear in subtle but meaningful ways. Energy levels often rise because the body is fueled properly and no longer fighting extreme restriction. Hunger becomes more predictable and easier to manage, reducing constant thoughts about food. Digestion may feel smoother and bloating can decrease as food quality and hydration improve. Small amounts of fat loss may begin, though the scale may not always reflect it immediately. Early weight changes often come from water shifts, which is normal when food intake and activity change. This does not mean progress is fake or temporary. It means the body is adjusting its internal balance. What matters most during these 5 days is building momentum. Eating smart supports energy, moving more increases daily calorie use. Efficient workouts strengthen the body and boost metabolism. Quality sleep allows recovery and hormone balance. Together, these actions create a system that works as a whole rather than separate efforts pulling in different directions. Each step reinforces the others, making fat loss feel less forced and more natural. The focus stays on progress, not perfection, and on building habits that feel sustainable instead of extreme. Now it is your turn to take action and see what happens when you give your body the right signals for just 5 days. This is not about chasing perfection or forcing fast results. It is about showing up with smart choices and letting your body respond the way it is designed to. Commit to these 5 days, follow the steps exactly as shared, and pay attention to how your energy, hunger, and mindset begin to shift. Small changes can unlock big momentum when they are done consistently. After you try it, come back and share your experience in the comments, whether it is more energy, better control over food, or the first signs of fat loss starting to show. Your results can motivate others who are standing at the same starting point. If you know someone who wants to lose fat but feels stuck or overwhelmed, share this video with them and help them start strong. And if you found this video useful, support the channel by liking it, subscribing, and staying with us for more simple and effective fat loss content, because this is just the beginning of a smarter and more sustainable journey.